Code monkey get up, get coffee. Code monkey go to job. Code monkey have boring meeting with boring manager Rob. Rob say code monkey very diligent, but his output stink. His code not functional or elegant. What do code monkey think? Code monkey think maybe manager wanna write goddamn login page himself. Code monkey not say it out loud. Code monkey not crazy, just proud. Code monkey like Fritos. Code monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Code monkey very simple man with big warm fuzzy secret heart. Code monkey like you. Code monkey like you. Hello there, Code Monkeys. Well, I told you guys I'd get to this collection eventually, so here we go with the first movie in the Disney Ripoff Collection, entitled The Little Mermaid. First of all, I think it's worthwhile to explain how I came upon this little box set. I found it during Ved's 2010 in a bargain bin, and if you guys aren't browsing bargain bins, you really should be. A surprising number of stores have them nowadays, and some stores like Best Buy have even started featuring Blu-ray bargain bins. What's great about them is the sheer variety of stuff you can find. I found Batman Beyond Return of the Joker in a bargain bin, and it's one of the best superhero movies ever. I found the Blade trilogy in a bargain bin, and the Blade trilogy is awesome. It's kinda stupid, but it's awesome. But of course you can find some really lousy stuff as well, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, which sucked, the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon series, which sucked, and of course, the Disney Ripoff Collection. Now, I'll tell you up front that this isn't going to be a full-length blow-by-blow recap of the movie, because to be frank, there's not a whole lot that's interesting to say about this flick. One of the first things you see in this movie is an opening title sequence that claims this movie is an adaptation of the Hans Christian Andersen story, and to be honest, I don't really know whether to call this a lie or not. The method by which they tell the story definitely reeks of Disney knockoff, as does the happy ending and the whole princess emphasis, but the greater focus on the Little Mermaid's family does remind me more of the Andersen story. Although please understand that I use the term greater focus very loosely here. The Little Mermaid in this version is named Lena, and well, she's... Yeah, this is the first big problem with this movie. Every single character has either one character trait or no character traits. Lena's character trait is that she's enthusiastic. Very original. She has a dolphin for a best friend named Vink, and his character trait is that he's a wimp. Again, very original. Her sisters do have a bigger role in the story, if only by virtue of the fact that they do something besides sitting in a room primping. Lena's father, well, his character trait is that he's angry. Yup. Never seen that before. And the prince, well, he's the most original looking of them all. And of course there's a sea witch with white hair, purple color scheme, and shell earrings who uses some form of alchemical magic to further her own goals. Yeah, are you starting to sense a pattern here? But at least she's not a half octopus like in the Disney movie, she's half eel. I mean, it's not like Disney used eels as bad guys. Oh, right. The second biggest problem is the animation. I don't really know if it's particularly fair to pick on it, but yeah, it's pretty bad. Character appearances change from scene to scene, sometimes even cut to cut. The thing that made the Disney movies so great is that they made everything look like it really was a whole other underwater world, with the way the hair moved, how the water around them looked like it was actually there. In this movie, you never really get the sense that you're in a different environment. Character movements have no weight to them, they might as well be floating through air for all the resistance the water appears to provide, and everything has this generally lifeless look to it. Sometimes you'll even see characters talking in the wrong voices.
Oh my gosh! She's not wearing clothes, Cecil.
A sure sign that she's a mermaid turned human.
We better get her something to wear.
The characters barely emote, either through appearance or through voice, and when they do, it's never convincing.
Oh, well, this is delightful. Positively delightful.
Can't you tell by how happy I look? Hell, even when the prince is stranded at sea, he barely looks alarmed that he's drowning. Oh yeah, another scene that should look awfully familiar to you, by the way. But it's not like this movie is just a straight-up ripoff of the Disney film. In a lot of ways, I wish it was. At least stuff happened in that movie. At least I could get interested in it. And that's the biggest issue with this version of the story. It is boring. I mean, seriously. seriously boring. The pacing is really what kills this movie. The second act doesn't kick in until 2/3 of the way through the movie, for God's sake. The entire climax and ending happen within the span of about 5 minutes. The movie follows the events of the Disney film very closely, but the changes they do make only serve to clutter up the story and disorient the viewer. And the Sea Witch's plans don't even make any sense. She tricks Lena into accepting her deal that if the prince marries someone else, Lena will turn into Seafoam on his wedding day, and then we never see the Sea Witch for the rest of the movie. Yep, she just disappears for the rest of the story, no doubt going on to terrorize the denizens of the sea for many years to come. The only reason that there's a climax at all is that Lena's father tries to kill the prince with a storm to prevent him from marrying someone else. This does not seem like appropriate conflict resolution. Hell, nothing about this movie is appropriate. Never before have I seen a movie so short that felt so long. This is without a doubt in my mind one of the most boring movies I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's not even the kind of bad that's any fun to watch. It's kind of a fascinating find in that regard. It's rare to come upon a movie like this, a film with absolutely no redeeming qualities. On the worth meter, this movie manages to hit upon the ever-elusive rating of worthless. Couldn't think of a better way to describe it if I tried. I'll see you next time.
Can't hold on any longer. Save yourself, your majesty.
Cosgrove. Cosgrove. Where do you think you're going?
Please, your highness, just let me go.
We're in this together.
I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
Stop the storm! Stop the storm! Away, sky creatures! Away!